Today I had a lovely client in who had some challenges with body image. Hi, my name is Sherry from Twin Sisters Mastectomy Boutique, and this isn't terribly uncommon. I think women in general, we're really hard on ourselves, and I don't think I've had one woman stand in front of my mirror in the boutique and be happy with her appearance. Even though, we've taken care of this area now, she's like, I'm too big here, I'm too small there, my arms, my legs, my belly, whatever it is. So women are really hard on themselves. But this woman came in and she'd had her mastectomy surgery, a single mastectomy, which is the removal of one breast, and she had it many, many, many years ago. And she came in wearing a non-mastectomy bra, and she had her, breast prosthesis with her. She had 3 or 4 from years gone by that were this size, and now she was this size. So quite a discrepancy. Now this might have fit her perfectly at one time, but now she's this size. So she needed, the girls to be even. And she had very, very soft breast tissue, and the fullness was at the bottom. And the bra that she came in wearing was a non-mastectomy bra. And it was basically like a bandage. So it really squished her remaining breast, her natural breast. And it wasn't a great look, but whatever. And she said, I'd really like to get my breast prosthesis into this bra because it's super comfortable. Of course it was. It was very unstructured. It was kind of like a no bra. But I said, sure, absolutely. Let's put it in there. So she put it in there. And of course, because it was squishing her natural side, and it doesn't really squish the same way on the prosthesis side because they're different densities, she looked uneven. But she couldn't go with a smaller breast prosthesis because that really wasn't right for her. She needed a particular size. And when we measured her in mastectomy bras, she was even. It was great. But again, because her tissue was very, very soft, she needed something more structured. So we got her into a bra like this, which is no underwire, but it's a molded cup, not padded, but a molded cup, which means that it's already shaped, and it tends to hold the tissue in place really, really well, especially if you have soft tissue, and doesn't flatten you out. And as a result, she looked amazing. She looked perfect. Like, we took pictures. I've talked about the camera test before. Her breasts look even. They looked fine. They looked in proportion with her. Everything was great. But she was so unfamiliar with herself looking even, having her breast tissue not flattened out on the one side, that she was uncomfortable. And she's like, I can see in the pictures, this is the right bra, this is the right size breast prosthesis. But she couldn't get past it in her head. And she said, my friends, my family aren't used to me looking this way. They're used to me looking flatter and hiding under my clothes, and they're not used to me looking proportioned and with a figure. And she said, after breast cancer, all she wanted to do was like hide. So she would hide under layers of clothes. She would hide under like patterned shirts, and she wore bras that like squished her in, and a breast prosthesis that was too small because she was trying to like hide her body. And she said, this is right for me, but I'm so overwhelmed. Like, I've never seen myself look like this before. I don't know what people are going to say. I know what people are going to say. They're going to go, oh my God, you look fantastic. What did you do? Did you cut your hair? Did you do this? And she was, you could see her like trying to work it out in her mind. Like, she knew this was right, but it was like, oh, this version of myself looks really good, and I'm not used to looking good. Like, it was very interesting. So she said, I said, go home, don't buy anything today, take a look at the pictures, because we took lots of pictures, and give me a call next week, tomorrow, whatever, once you've wrapped your head around it. And she was like, oh, okay. Because the last thing I wanted her to do was second guess herself. And I said, would you be comfortable showing your family these pictures? It was a picture of her in a t-shirt, tight white t-shirt. Actually, it wasn't even tight on her, but a white t-shirt. She goes, oh, I can never show my family. And that's totally fine. But, everyone's got different family dynamics. But she was so used to shrinking in the background, hiding herself, that just wearing something that fit properly felt so foreign to her. Have you been in this situation? Whether it's because you've had a mastectomy or for some other reason, maybe you are so uncomfortable with dressing up and you go to a formal occasion, a wedding or whatever, and you're wearing a dress or a suit or whatever it is, and you just feel like everyone's looking at you or you're fish out of water. And that's how this woman seemed to feel. Like she thought, oh my gosh, everyone's going to be looking at me. You know, this isn't me. And it was her. And it wasn't her and only better. It was her. And what she had been doing was taking her appearance down a notch, hiding under everything else. She wasn't even being her true self. So I said, go home and think about it, because I don't want you making any choices that you're going to second guess. I mean, this stuff isn't cheap. Let me know what you think, because it's up to her. I mean, it doesn't matter what I think. At the end of the day, it's her body. She's wearing it. She has to feel comfortable. So what would you have done in this situation? Would you have sent her home? Would you have just said, you know, this is perfect for you. Go home and take it. You know, buy it today. Would you have come up with some other options for her? Let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you soon.